Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. While we wait for my next Temu order to arrive and while I'm working on some projects with the things that I've recently purchased from there, I wanted to pop on with a project share for you today. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this is a book that I created a little while ago, probably a year or so, a couple of years ago now, and it is of a trip to New York. So I do have a dangle on the back end here with a go see and explore cute little charm. I believe all of the charms that are on this one happen to come from Hobby Lobby, just by happenstance. And then this really cool bee kind of charm. I just thought that that was really, really pretty. Doesn't necessarily apply to New York, but it was pretty, so it goes on there. Sparkles, of course, because anything that is blingy is fantastic. And then this really cool globe that's like glass, and then obviously just the paper, whatever they used in between. I thought it was really cool. So great for a travel book. So let's get into it. I really designed this book this way because I wanted to use this specific hinge, which is very me. If you happen to know me in real life, very me. Oh, I really like this hinge. Let me create an entire project around it. So it does split the book in the middle. So we will start at the beginning though. And you'll notice that I've got some, oh my word, what is the word for them? Okay, mental pause, here we are. Oh, Post-its to go over the people. Okay, I really hope I'm not the only one that's doing that. I know a few other creators do that as well. Sometimes you just blank out when you are filming. Post-it notes over the people though, just to protect people's privacy as we go through the book today. So I am going to zoom in here on some things. So up front and this first little like tab side here, I just created a cute little vignette. There's a little tiny mini binder clip, the word escape, a charm. And then this is gold foiling that happens to come from Michael's. And I added that throughout the book. You can see that the book is a pretty grungy style. It was kind of what I was going for the vibe of the whole book. It's very heavily inked. I tend to vacillate between a bunch of different styles. So sometimes it's really inky and grungy like this, and sometimes it's super clean with no ink. And I love to play around with different styles to see what they're like and if they suit me. But this one is really inky, really grungy. But I can't make a project without having something on there be sparkly or blingy. So in this case, it was going to be the foiling. Over here, I made a banner that kind of duplicates the banner here at the beer hall. And I can zoom in on this. I added some gold ink to each of the pennants and then little stars and things like that as well. And then continued with that theme, you can see the foiling here and in the corners of a lot of these things on this next page. So this is, I did hand cut this here just to kind of make the arch just for something different. The trip was basically touristy and food because I love food. I will try anything. I'm a fairly adventurous eater. I will try anything once. If I love it, it's over. I'll get it all the time. And if not, well, we tried, right? We can say that we tried. So tell me, pop down in the comments, are you an adventurous eater? Love to know who else is. So then obviously pictures of people here on this page. This is the 9/11 memorial that is located in New York where the Twin Towers used to be. It is definitely an experience. I would say that if you were able to go and visit. It's very quiet there in a city that is always busy, always noisy. It is remarkably quiet here, regardless of what's going on in the city. So I put a tuck in between the two pages just to allow for some more pictures. And then this is two embellishments that are really similar to those ones from the last Temu haul, where we're testing the glittery ones. I just stuck two of them back to back, and that makes the pull out for this and then make sure that this little tab does not get stuck in between down in here and just drop down in never to be seen of again. This is also, I added a flap here for some more pictures as well. Just a magnetic flap. I do love the magnets. And then I'm going to zoom in here so you can kind of see this and shift. Ooh, sorry, that was really fast. Hopefully I didn't get anybody dizzy. I love dimension, and so this book was designed to accommodate a lot of dimensional things, whether it be photos on foam or really thick embellishments like this. And then I included this vintage lace. It was from my grandmother's collections of things. She was a sewist, and when she passed, obviously we were moving through a lot of her things and sorting things out, and no one else in the family was a sewist, but I knew that I could use that on some crafting projects. So Grandma is coming along for the crafting on this one, which is kind of fun. Additionally, on here, I did add some of the tickets. Now, these are the original tickets from New York, and I know that they're probably not acid-free. For me, for a book like this that's kind of standalone, it's okay. I am not going to be overly concerned about it for my personal use for this book. If you are, there's a lot of sleeves and little pocket pages and things like that that you could definitely get and put your ephemera in if you are concerned about that. So there is stuff on the market. There's no additional pocketing on this page, but I did add some more of that vintage trim up here in the corner, some more foil leafing down here, and you can see another original ticket. And then this one also has a magnetic flap on it as well to allow for some more pictures. This one is not a full-size page, which is always kind of fun just to kind of flip things around. This one has, I did hand cut this out, so fussy cut the camera, the globe, and then added some of the foil leaf to that. And then this is a wax stamper. Moving back to the next page, let me back you out again so you can see everything. So this is the oldest bar in New York. Did have to kind of go see that. I felt kind of like it was required to go. It is really fun. These are not, I promise, full-size gigantic beers. They're kind of like mini beers. They're like an 8-ounce size, and they deliver them in like mugs, right? Like where there's, 5 or 6 of them around here, and they're holding them on all at once and smack them down on the table. It's kind of fun. The menu there is really limited as well. And it's fantastic. And the entire place is full of photos and ephemera. And honestly, you could just sit there for hours and look at everything. So it's a lot of fun. And original wood flooring and all of that kind of stuff. So anyway, it's great. Also visited another one of these. It's called Dutch Kills. It's another bar in the area. I was fascinated with all the paneling that was on all the walls here. It was really, really cool. Kind of shotgun style, as you can see, for that location. No lifts or anything on here for these pages, just some extra adornments. Again, I really wanted to tie the book together by adding the same kind of, not only just the ephemera package that I was using, but also the foiling that's the same throughout. You'll see a lot of this trim is actually a glitter sheet of paper. I just sliced off a really thin, tiny little strip. And then the vintage lace detail throughout kind of replicated a lot of things. Brought more of that bee theme from the dangle in with another wax stamp. Just those sorts of things, which is kind of fun. And then every time I go on vacation, I have to find what I basically make my local coffee shop, whether that is a chain local to the area or whether it is a one-off individualized coffee shop. I love coffee. I have to have at least a cup every single day. If you're going to have a vice, it's probably not a terrible one. So I found this really awesome place. It's called Sweet Leaf Coffee Roasters. If you've been, let me know what you thought of it. And the interior is just awesome. It's really artsy. It's loud vibes color-wise. It was really, really creative, but that just did not work with this book. So had to make the photo for that black and white, but still worked. And I did take the sleeve from the coffee that I had gotten that day and tear up the edges and add some ink for that. But I also added that lace trim again to the top and just thought it was really kind of cute. It's like a little upside down apron trim. And a fun clock embellishment that I had. These are papers, again, that I just made really thin strips, and you can see them duplicated over here on this side too. It was a really dimensional paper. And I'll tilt this so you can kind of see. Very, very, very dimensional paper. Got that one at Hobby Lobby, and it reminded me of like an evening gown, like a heavily embroidered, beautiful beaded evening gown. And I just thought it would work really well with not only the color palette, because it's black, that's super simple to add to a lot of projects, but just that vibe of the New York food scene and the foodie scene. And then this last set of pages is around a fun restaurant that we got to go to. It's called the Musket Room. We had the chef's tasting menu. So it was 7 small course plates served in order. It's a very paced meal. It was a really, really fun experience. Not something that at least we could do often, but super fun nonetheless. Had a great time because I am one of those people who is a foodie and has to take pictures of everything I eat. I totally took pictures of every single one of them, and it was absolutely delicious. I tried some foods here that I've never had before, and I thought that all of them were delicious. And then I just put little numbers on each one of these so that I would know what order they went in. And then additionally, I am going to fill out this little journal tuck spot with the menu. But I don't know about you, I am one of those people who is fantastic at finishing a project 95%. And then that last 5%, and I just can't ever seem to finish it, is always the journaling. I don't know why, but it is always the journaling. It is a very difficult thing for me to do. And I think some of it is I get inside my head and I psych myself out because I am worried about my handwriting, or I'm worried about messing up my words or anything like that. And then I have to start it over because, of course, I just went direct to the pretty paper and I probably don't have a whole lot left. And, it's that whole thing. So I psych myself out about it. Does anybody else have that problem with journaling? Is it just me? Let me know down in the comments. But I really appreciate you guys stopping by to come check out my book with me today for something a little different. We do have another Temu haul on in the way. So that is going to be upcoming. It is mostly beads and some embellishments. So I'm super excited to share that with you guys. And hopefully that will be here soon. But as you know, with the shipping and Temu, sometimes it takes a little while. I am also working on a project from both the dies and some of the embellishments and the beads that we have bought through Temu recently. So I'm hoping to get that all together and have that completed so that we can see what I bought and what I made. So looking forward to sharing that with you as well. So thank you so much again for stopping by. I really appreciate all of you being here. Thank you so much for walking through my book with me, checking out what I made, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye, friends.